Welcome to The American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's The American Dream. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise, luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Chandler with Compass, and welcome to our latest episode of American Dream. I'm so happy to be coming to you today from downtown Minneapolis, and if you've ever wanted to live in a hotel, this is the place. We're at 500 East Grant, and this building has it all, from a spa, gym, every amenity that you could want right at your fingertips. We're also going to talk about home ownership and first-time home buyers. There are so many paths and programs available right now for people to actually get into a property, and we're going to talk to a mortgage expert and then go grab a bite to eat. So let's go take a look upstairs. Today we are here with Brian Meredith, who is a mortgage expert, and he's with Envision Capital, and we're talking about pathways to home ownership, especially first-time home buyers. This unit that we're in today is a great opportunity for a first-time home buyer to get into the market. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the programs that are out there right now that can help people get into a property?
So Minnesota Housing actually just rolled out a $35,000 first-time homebuyer. So there are some income restrictions surrounding that, but there are a lot of different programs for first-time homebuyers. There are a lot of opportunities for people to get in for minimal amount of down payment. If you meet the income qualifying requirements, you can go for 3% down, and you get basically financing as if you're doing 30% down. So
wow.
So you actually get financing terms as of that day with decreased mortgage insurance. You get better rates. You get sort of the full gamut of everything. You're still looking at the 620 credit sort of score, right?
Which is very reasonable.
It is, completely. The other piece is that the $35,000 for Minnesota Housing is forgivable after 20 years. So
wow.
If you buy the house in your first generation, after 10 years, you're repaying half, and then after 20, it's fully forgiven. You can actually piggyback the Minnesota Housing $35,000 grant on top of an additional Minnesota Housing grant. So you're effectively, provided that you have the income, you're not hitting those income restrictions, you have $53,000 that you can actually access.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us today on this Minnesota winter.
It's been warm.
Yeah, and in this beautiful building, and what a great opportunity to get a first little condo downtown with all these wonderful amenities. To be coming to you from one of my favorite restaurants, Farmer's Table, and I literally eat here at least once a month. It really is one of my go-to spots, and I love that you're open almost every day.
Yeah, so we're closed Sunday or Monday and Tuesday. Everyone needs a couple days off to rest, and I need Mondays to put my orders in because I deal with about 15 to 16 independent farmers, and so it takes time to communicate with all of them and get all the beautiful stuff in that we can get.
So one thing that makes this restaurant so unique is you're actually owned by the farmers.
Yeah, we're owned by Minnesota Farmers Union. We do use a lot of Minnesota Farmers Union products direct from our farms, which is really fantastic. It's kind of almost a full circle kind of vision for them. They've wanted to open a restaurant for many years, and we finally had the opportunity in April of 21 to get this project up off the ground. It's really cool to know where that food is coming from. We have local purveyors that are bringing us stuff weekly. I deal with a lot of stuff from the food building, Kieran's Food Building. So we're getting fantastic meats from Lowry Hill Provisions, Alamar Cheese. All of our bread comes from Bakersfield. So it's really fantastic. You know, it's so cool to be part of where all this stuff is coming from and then get to put it together and make beautiful meals for everybody.
It is so cool, and you are such a staple to the community. And I know one of the things that helps you thrive is you also have a farmer's market when weather permits.
And there's also twice a month they do it in the winters next door in Mill City Museum. So you can still come down and get all your favorite stuff from your farmers, and then come in here for brunch. And then we're right next door to the Guthrie too. So if you come down and enjoy a show.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah,
and thank you.
My pleasure.
Again, this is really one of truly my favorite spots.
I'm so glad you like it.
So honored for you to take the time out and join us on this episode and really share. People who come here, you really get a piece of Minnesota. Thank you again for joining us on our latest episode of American Dream. This episode has meant so much. Home ownership is so important to everybody, and this restaurant really is just also talking about farmers and how they have come together and opened such a special spot. It's truly a Minneapolis, Minnesota treasure. Thank you for joining us on our latest episode, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hello and welcome to American Dream. My name is Lisa Dunn. I'm located here in Twin Cities, and I'll be your host today. We're going to be talking about Minnesota, our cold weathers, which are perfect for warm sweaters, hot dishes, and a term we called hygge. Hygge is the idea that every season is the perfect season to connect with people and really celebrate relationships with each other. And the best way I know how to introduce you to this idea of hygge is here at Ingebrigtsen's. They've been here since 1921, celebrating everything about our Nordic heritage. Come on in. Julie, thank you so much for having us in early. I know this is your busy season. Indeed. Ingebrigtsen's really has become a destination for people, especially during winter. What's the history of Ingebrigtsen's? You have a long-standing history of being in Minnesota since 1921. What is the history?
When my grandpa came from Norway in the early 1900s, settled on the West Bank, had a store there, came down here in 1921. And started this one, had a few other ones around too, but this is the one that stayed. So then it just kind of grew slowly from there. We added this gift shop in 1974, and then we added the shop next door where we sell our sweaters and kids things and craft things, knitting, all that kind of stuff in the 90s.
Is there anything that stands out to you being located in the heart of Minneapolis about the people that you serve?
We are surrounded by an Ecuadorian restaurant next door and a Mexican bakery on the corner and a Somali meat market across the street, and it's just really fun. And it's fun to watch that progression and to be part of it and to be kind of the old guys on the block, of course, but to be an anchor. But we are just really proud of that here, of that history.
Yeah. Ingebrigtsen's is not just an anchor for Lake Street, but for the Scandinavian culture as a whole in Minnesota. So I'm just, for one, so thankful you're here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So are we.
We have to take advantage of being in Minneapolis, so while we're here, I'm going to bring you in to show you Abaton Senior Living. So we are so lucky to be able to talk with Heather Clark of Ecumen, a senior living consultant right here at Abaton Mill City. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much for coming. As you know, we're so proud of our community.
Yes.
I mean, we have this incredible location right here in the heart of the historic Mill District, but yet we have this amazing walkability, and so the residents that have come here are looking for another kind of adventure. We've got a combination of so much just outside our front door. We have the access to expanded riverfront parkway, the bridges, the theater, the university, walking spaces to the grocery, farmer's market. I mean, there's everything right around here.
Heather, thank you so much for having us. Do you have somebody that we could talk to in the building about what it's like to live here?
Oh, I have many people, but I've got somebody in particular I think that can really tell you what it's like to be here.
Awesome. Let's go.
All right.
Barbara, thank you so much for having us.
I'm delighted you're here.
I would really love to hear what it's like for you to live at Abaton and the kinds of connections you've made with people while you've been here.
I've enjoyed living here very much. I deliberately chose Abaton because it's not like other retirement communities. I came at an invitation to an art tour, and I went on a tour of the art in the building, then went down to the restaurant, which is a public restaurant, had a glass of wine, some hors d'oeuvres. It felt like I wasn't giving up my normal life. I was coming to a place where I could continue my normal life. I'm a theater person, I go to the orchestra, I do all that, and this is so convenient. It's a great hub for me, and to continue living and not feel like I'm sort of stepping away from life. I'm stepping into it here.
So there you have it. That's why living in Minneapolis is so special. Community is everything. Thanks for joining us today on American Dream.
On today's episode of The American Dream, we're taking a road trip north to the Brainerd Lakes area and visiting Cragun's resort on Gull Lake. We're gonna visit a little nostalgia of mine with a broker, Mike Muske with Re/Max Synergy. So let's join him for a really fun time with him and his brokerage at their holiday party. Let's go. Well, obviously the Re/Max Synergy group has been coming up here for years because it's just a few hours from the Twin Cities and a great place to visit. What kind of activities do people come up here and enjoy year-round?
This is a big family resort, so we have endless amounts of activities to do, whether it's on the water during the summer or even in the winter, from swimming on both of our shoreline beaches, which is about a mile long. But it's not just the outside activities we also have a lot of inside activities. We have the sports center, which is where I believe the Re/Max group is tonight. Mm-hmm. We also have a tennis court, pickleball court set up there. And when there's not sports activities in there, we've hosted concerts, we've hosted conferences. I mean, there's just so much to do, not only at Cragun's, but in this area. So you'll never be bored up here. It's not a place that you would want to go just once and be done. You come here year after year because it's really a tradition. And why wouldn't you? It's such a great place. We are a destination in central Minnesota, and it's told time and time again by our loyal guests.
Well, thank you so much for hosting us, and we're excited to have a little fun here at your resort tonight.
I hope so, and I hope that you guys end up in the bear trap, where hopefully there's more fun to be had.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for meeting with me. It's so fun to be here at Cragun since I was last working for you. And your brokerage has just thrived since then and had some changes. Tell us about the history of your
Seems
group.
like yesterday we were just up here with you and we had so much fun. Our brokerage actually started in 1939. My father started the brokerage. However, we did more residential real estate when I opened in Forest Lake in 1979. So, and I was telling you earlier, the two things my father told me when I started: buy real estate and get involved in the Association of Realtors. So I did both. I've been doing this for 48 years almost, so a long, long time. I have experience with land development, both residential and commercial. I own commercial and residential properties. I've been a condemnation commissioner for 40 years. I've been an appraiser. So one of the things that I'm good at now, I want to get back. I want them, Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. One of his habits is begin with the end in mind. So I want agents to think about, yeah, you got to make money today, but where do you want to be when you decide to be done? You know, you want to refer your business out, you want to have some net worth, maybe you want to have a cabin for your family or a place in a warm climate. Let's think about that and always be working towards that end. So that's kind of my big deal now. You know, I want to share what I have learned.
And what do you see for the future of the brokerage? And for, I mean, it's one of those times, like you've been through these times before, you know, creating the MLS, creating agency. Now we've got some other things on the table. What do you think is in the future for real estate?
Well, for real estate, I think, you know, it's going to be more of the same. I still think it's a people business. It always will be. So the thought that agents will be gone out of the business and Wall Street will take over, I don't really believe that. There's a place for that, but it won't be the only thing.
Well, Mike, I'm so excited to get to the party and have a little fun and check it out.
Me too. Awesome. Thank you much.
Yeah. What an incredible day we had on the lake, spending time here at the beautiful Cragun's Resort with the dynamic team from RE/MAX Synergy. I love how they're not only changing the legacy of the agents that they work with, but changing the legacy for homeowners around the metro. Thanks for joining us, and cheers to your American dream.
Hello and welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Jason Walgrave. Much has changed in the last several years, and many businesses are allowing flexibility for where you work. Today we're going to meet with Mike and Emily Smith and find out what they love about living on 10 acres. Today we're with Mike and Emily Smith on 10 acres out in the country. Many folks have moved out of the city for some more space. Guys, thanks for having us out today. What do you love about living out in the country?
Yeah, thanks, Jason. Like you said, space. You know, with 11 acres, it's not too much. You know, it's not too little. You know, there's still a lot of houses you can see, which my wife likes. If it was up to me, it'd be 200 acres. But you know, having kids, it's nice to have other kids in the neighborhood and just have the space to, like my wife said earlier, just throw them outside and go play on the trampoline or out by the water. So I'd say space.
And you guys are in the neighborhood, Gray Fox actually, so there's other kids and homes, and so you're not secluded out in the country, but you do have some acreage. What do you love about the neighborhood that you're in?
That was what he and I compromised on. He wanted a lot of land, I wanted a community. So when we found this home and this establishment, we thought it's like the best of both worlds. We've got community and neighbors all around, but large acreage to do kind of whatever we want with and have the space.
Now you guys have a beautiful home. When you purchased it, you made some renovations. It looks exceptional now. Tell us about what you guys did.
Yeah, talk about the inside.
When I first found this house online, the exterior was dark, the interior was dark, everything was just so dark and closed in and really rustic, and we wanted to modernize it and go for more of like a farmhouse, like modern style. So we painted the exterior, we painted the entire interior, we've updated the countertops, the backsplash, just like little updates here and there that just kind of give it a refresh. And the lighting. The lighting was a big deal. We have two garages here, one downstairs and then the exterior one. So that gives us a lot of space to have our own recreational, you know, activities going on and park our cars and have all the kids stuff. So that's a really nice feature.
We need one stall for the lawnmower and then another stall for the side-by-side. All right, guys, we're outside now in the backyard. We have all of this fantastic space. You guys have done some incredible renovations. Tell us about those.
Yeah, we put in this patio. You know, we love to be outside. Obviously, everything's put up right now because the winter's coming, but we got a gas fireplace and these gas pots that light up at night. It's beautiful. And then it gives us this view of the lake and, you know, the dock we put in, and there's kind of a little hidden trail that takes you to a wooden fireplace out there. And yeah, this is why we bought it, Jason. You know, for this right here, to sit back and have a glass of wine.
Mike and Emily, thanks for having us out today. Beautiful home, amazing backyard. You have the space. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason.
You bet.
Thanks, Jason.
You're welcome. One of the benefits of living out in the country is being close to the regional parks. Minnesota has 67 regional and state parks and includes Voyager National Park with over 267,000 acres of land. Incredible opportunity to have adventures and explore. Endless streams, rivers, and lakes. In the winters, we've got snowshoeing, ice fishing, and of course, downhill skiing. Minnesota in the winter truly is a winter wonderland. Thank you for joining us today and exploring what it means to live on acreage. I'm your host, Jason Walgrave, and this is The American Dream.
St. Paul, Minnesota, the capital of Minnesota, not Minneapolis, St. Paul. Today, we're gonna check out one of the owners of one of the fastest growing pizza restaurants in the Twin Cities. And then we're gonna check out what it looks like to grow a diverse real estate investing portfolio in St. Paul. All right, everybody, I'm with Adam Cato, co-owner and founder of Slice Pizza. I've seen that you guys have been growing like crazy. Every day on social media, I'm seeing slices popping up here or there. For someone who hasn't seen that, for someone who isn't familiar with the brand, tell us what Slice is about. Tell us what you guys have been up to.
Slice Brothers Pizza, originally Slice Pizza, was founded in 2021, and we just really wanted to come with an affordable eating option. I was really influenced by New York style pizza. Traditionally, you eat pizza, a whole pizza, right? And you eat it with your family. That's kind of like maybe like an older traditional business model. Nowadays, people eat it more in a slice form. The innovation in that is more of like the foundation for slice pizza and everything that we kind of offer to the pizza industry. A slice of pizza starts at $4. $4 to $5 is generally a slice of pizza. Things are kind of changing. Fast food is changing. Pizza is the one of the few unique items in the food industry, pizza and donuts, that can give you high profit margins and have a very low operating cost associated with them.
Last question, what's on your slice? What do you get when you come here?
Initially, when we dropped the dill pickle ranch slice, was crazy and I was obsessed with it, like a lot of Twin Cities metro area was. The dill pickle ranch is probably like the all-time favorite, but currently right now, we got a buffalo chicken slice that is really, really good. These are two slices that have a ranch base. That's kind of different, right, in pizza. And that's one of our things, is we're a little innovative. Like we don't come from, even though I work at Papa John's, I'm not a chef, so I don't come from within the food industry. So I kind of had to innovate to be in this space. And it's the innovation that allows us to take chances on a dill pickle ranch on pizza, a buffalo chicken on pizza. That is not your traditional, So currently, buffalo chicken, all-time dill pickle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Awesome. Adam, appreciate your time. Slice Brothers Pizza. I'm probably gonna go the dill pickle route. Appreciate it, man. So many different ways to invest in real estate. Today we're at 575 Grand Avenue, a duplex being used for short-term Airbnb rentals. Let's check it out. Midterm rentals tend to do really well in areas with extremely flexible amounts of bedding and or living areas. They make a lot of sense for those 3, 4, 5 groups. They don't necessarily want 5 hotel rooms, but they would definitely be interested in a cohabitant space. How you make those rentals pop even more, you offer those extra amenities to help create memories and an elevated experience. The piano here, the iconic moments where you can take photos. Short-term to mid-term rentals, if you are interested in pursuing it, can be a lot of fun. You're always looking for ways to wow your guests, keep them coming back, help them make memories. Another cool thing about this specific house, it's on Grand, so you're walkable and people truly get to see what it's like to be a part of St. Paul. If you're thinking about doing an investment like this, there are other costs. You're looking at furnishing, you're looking at maybe some potentially higher insurance, expenses, utilities. Make sure you talk to a trusted advisor or a financial planner just so you can kind of understand the whole picture. tonight, St. Paul, Minnesota. We saw an awesome new restaurant, Slice Bros Pizza. I don't know how you can't get behind, local small-owned business trying to get affordable meals and create jobs for the community. Definitely check them out. And then also another way to invest in real estate, a unique way, a different way. If you want more information on that, definitely let me know. That's all we have time for on today's episode of The American Dream.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.